Hello, my YouTube friends. Got a fun thing to do today, or next couple days anyway. But you're looking at my 4 guns, 2 rifles, 2 pistols, that are already to go relative to being able to have a threaded barrel that will accept either a muzzle brake or, in this case, my brand new Optimus Sound Suppressor. I finally got the darn thing after 13 months of waiting. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go ahead and get this thing set up. And I'm going to get it set up for my 2 6.5 Creedmoor rifles. Both of them are bolt action. One is a Ruger American Predator. The other is the Ruger Precision Rifle. And then I've got 2 Smith & Wesson semi-automatic handguns. Both of these, one of them's a 9mm, and the other's a 22 long rifle. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is the Optimus suppressor is made for multi-purpose use and should be adaptable to all 4 of these guns. And so I'm going to go ahead and get this thing all set up, and then what I'm going to do later in the video is I'm going to go ahead and go out to the range, and I'm going to try, I hope the sound quality is good. I don't have any special sound equipment, but I'm going to basically videotape with and without the suppressor, and I'll just go back and forth, and see if it's noticeable in the video how good of a sound suppression you get from this suppressor. So anyway, that's just kind of an introduction. I'll probably not come back on with the video until I'm actually out at the range testing. But in the meantime, I hope this thing is good. I hope it was worth the wait. Okay, so now we're going to fire a supersonic 22 long rifle, 40 grain round nose federal ammunition bullet through the Ruger Precision Rifle. It's got a projected muzzle velocity of 1240 feet per second, which should be supersonic. So we're going to test right now with this Ruger Precision Rifle, and got the sound meter set up at 120 decibel for the mid-range. We'll see what kind of result we get shooting a couple of rounds of 22 long rifle supersonic. The rounds are definitely supersonic, but you can see they're not registering, so I'm going to go down to 100 decibels, and we'll take another look, a couple more rounds, and see if we can get something to register here on the meter. I've got it at the C weighting and the fast response, so that's why I'm recording it, because I won't be able to see it while it's happening. Okay, it looked like those are registering. I'll go back and play it back to myself later and see where we're at, but looked like the 100 decibel center line was working with the supersonic 22 long rifle ammo. Okay, now we're going to be using the same rifle, the Ruger Precision rifle, 22 long rifle caliber, and we're going to be using this ammo this time. This is a subsonic round, in theory, 1080 feet per second. Again, another 40 grain round nose, so same type of ammo as the supersonic we just tested. That was this one. But now we're going to test subsonic. I've moved the sound pressure level meter to the 80 decibel mid-range. These should be quiet in theory, so I've moved it down to the lower range, and hopefully it'll register here. I'll try to keep my eye on it while I'm shooting, and I'll move the range setting if needed. Okay, now I've swapped rifles. I've got my Ruger Precision 6.5 Creedmoor, and I'm going to be shooting some Hornady 120 grain AMAX type of ammo. That's a standard factory Hornady AMAX, and I'll be testing those obviously for supersonic sound level. Then I'm going to swap in my reloads using Trail Boss 10 grains of Trail Boss powder with a 56 and a 50 grain, 156 and 150 grain bullets that I've done reloads on. We're going to try to get those subsonic, and of course we'll measure the difference between the sound levels of the supersonic and subsonic. I'll go to the 120 scale initially to see if we've got if our measurements are coming within range, and then we'll see obviously what kind of a drop we get going to subsonic. And again, this will be 6.5 Creedmoor using a Ruger Precision rifle. Okay, now we're going to switch to subsonic. I'm going to set the meter at about 90 decibels. We'll see if that works as far as getting this thing quiet, you know, again, subsonic round. Again, we'll test the suppressor next, but for right now, just trying to basically get an idea whether I've got subsonic ammo that's stable. I'm going to be using two different bullet types. I've got a 156 grain normal Vulcan and a 150 grain Sierra hollow point boat tail. So they've both been charged with 10 grains of Trail Boss. This is what I'm hoping will get me subsonic. And then once we've confirmed subsonic and stable, we'll go back and we'll use the suppressor and we'll compare the sound readings with and without the suppressor, with and without subsonic ammo and supersonic ammo. Okay, I've done some preliminary testing and I did verify that the rounds appear to be subsonic. So I'm going to start shooting some here with the range of the sound pressure level meter at 100 decibels. We'll see if we can contain the sound within that range, and then we'll basically go on from there and just do some more testing and try to see what the typical sound level difference is between the, at the gun anyway, for the subsonic and the supersonic ammo. 6.5 Creedmoor again out of a Ruger precision rifle. Okay, last round, subsonic. They've all been subsonic. I had to move the weighting to, or the range to 110 decibels to get it on the scale. You're seeing that now. We've been doing that for a while. So final round of subsonic, 6.5 Creedmoor. Okay, what you're looking at now is the disassembled Griffin Armaments Optimus Suppressor. We have completed all the testing, and you're going to see that after this, but I'm going to do this little preamble while you're looking at the actual components, which are filthy dirty now after testing. A couple things changed. When I first was setting this design of experiments up, I was planning on using my 6.5 Creedmoor 2 rifles as well as the 22 long rifle and 9mm pistol. However, as I was working through all of my load development, I decided to go ahead and expand the study, and so what you're going to see now is a little different than my original plan. We've got a large number of rifles and a couple of pistols, 3 pistols and 4 rifles that we're going to be testing, covering 22 long rifle, 223, 308, 9mm, and 6.5 Creedmoor. All that testing is done. The reason I want to show this preamble is twofold. Number one, a lot of you folks I know get upset, don't want to sit there and watch all that video, and I apologize for that. But secondly, I made a grave error. You'll see that my sound meter, you can see the meter, the actual gauge, really easy, but you can't see the scale. The scale of that meter, as you'll see in the early videos, or you saw prior to this one, you can clearly see that you got 120 dB, 110 dB, 100 dB, 90 dB, etc. You know, you can change the scale, so then you know what the scale is for the needle when you see where it goes. Unfortunately, with the angle I'm at in the subsequent following videos, you can't see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the exact final results in chart form. If you want to freeze this and take a note of it, feel free. You can freeze frame the video. But bottom line is, as you're going through the videos of each individual test, if you refer back to this chart, you'll be able to know what scale we were on, because I apologize, you can't tell what scale we selected, but we did do some rounds before the video to verify what scale to be on for each test. Okay, now here is the actual spreadsheet with all the final results. So again, all the subsequent videos you're going to watch here, if you decide to continue watching this, will show you these results. But effectively, I'll try to scan it. You'll probably be able to see this better than I can on the screen of my camera. But in any case, you can see that in the beginning, we start out with 22 long rifle and my 223 Savage. And again, you can see that the way the chart is laid out, you have the first column is no suppressor with supersonic ammo. Then you have no suppressor with subsonic ammo. Then you have suppressor on with supersonic ammo. And then suppressor on with subsonic ammo. And again, we go through in this order. So the actual videos will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're in order. They're each about, between 30 seconds and a minute and a half. And we'll continue on down through this whole list in this order that you see here. And again, as you can see, we then go to the Remington 700 and 308. Then we go to the Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm pistol. Then we go to the Glock 17 9mm pistol. And then we finish up with the Ruger Precision 6.5 Creedmoor. And I think I might have mentioned it earlier in the video, but that was my most difficult load to customize for subsonic. It was very unstable for a long time. It took me a long time. That's why it's been 3 months, 4 months before I finally got to doing the actual final result testing. But in any case, we have a nice stable round now for the Ruger Precision at 6.5 Creedmoor. And again, these are the results. And I'll scan across real quick. So for those of you folks that are looking for a particular result or a comparison of results, there they are. And I'll do that again down here, so you can hopefully see all the different results. And again, you have the top number is the feet per second measured by the chronometer or the chronograph, and then the second number is the decibel level reading from the sound meter. So with that, for those of you folks that want to see some interesting video with where you'll hear the sound and see the meter, keep watching. For those of you that don't care to watch, these are the final results. All right, it's taken some time, but we're at the Boulder City Pistol and Rifle Club in Boulder City, Nevada. We're about to do the design of experiments on the Griffin Armaments Optimus Suppressor. We're going to go through 7 different firearms. We're going to measure supersonic and subsonic bullet types with and without the suppressor. I've got my sound level meter in front of us here. You'll be able to see that each time on the video. Off in the distance, I've got my chronograph to show that what the bullet velocity was. Hopefully, you'll be able to see that on a bigger screen. I can't see it on this little tiny screen. I've got my Kestrel, so we've got all of our conditions, if I can get it to be visible here. Hold on. Got the Kestrel meter. Basically, our density altitude is 1,869 feet. It's 44 degrees Fahrenheit out. We've got a 67% relative humidity and a barometric pressure of 29.51 inches of mercury. I don't know if you can see that. I'm reading it off. Anyway, so this is the conditions here today in Boulder City, and we're going to begin this experiment. Okay, first test. Smith & Wesson M&P 22 long rifle pistol with theoretically supersonic ammo, although my readings are coming in low. And again, so now watch, we'll take a shot and record everything.
118 decibels.
Okay, we're going to complete this experiment with the M&P 22 long rifle pistol, but it appears that even with supersonic federal ammo, we're not actually getting a supersonic speed out of the pistol. Could be because of the barrel length. So we're going to repeat the same thing, obviously, on a 22 long rifle, 22 LR rifle. So hopefully we'll get supersonic. So at this point, I'm going to do this test anyway. This is the official subsonic ammo, also federal, but it's only registering 100 feet per second lower than the supersonic ammo, and both of them appear to be subsonic. So we'll get one on the record just to have it, but it doesn't look like this is a good test for the pistol. Ready?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Okay, now we've got the Griffin armament, Optimus Suppressor. We've got the 22 end cap in it, and we've got it in the long configuration, which we can use with a fixed barrel pistol. So this is going to now go on the 22 long rifle Smith & Wesson M&P 22, and we are going to do the same thing with theoretically supersonic and subsonic ammo and measure the sound level. Unfortunately, we know, at least at this point with the pistol, both of my federal ammo are actually coming in subsonic, so we'll probably get equal results, but we'll do it anyway.
We're going on video. Hold on.
Okay, here we go. Theoretically supersonic ammo. Unfortunately, again, with the pistol, it's not registering supersonic. We are getting an increase in velocity with the suppressor on, but it's not enough to go supersonic. But anyway, here we go. 22 long rifle, Smith & Wesson M&P 22 with suppressor. Okay, final test with the 22 long rifle pistol. Again, truly subsonic federal ammo, and with sound meter on. Here we go.
$98.
Look at the. I think it registers something wrong there.
That was a weird sounding.
Yeah, I'm going to take another one.
What's going on? It's not changing. I think you have to reset it.
Let me do this.
You should really, take it with you.
Just save it real quick. Okay, second round of testing. It's a Ruger precision rifle in 22 long rifle caliber, and same setup as before. We are going supersonic ammo, again, same federal ammo with no suppressor. Here's the test.
Ready?
Go ahead.
This is the Ruger.
Okay, so now we've got 22 long rifle subsonic rounds, and we are getting subsonic velocities. And so once again, we've adjusted the scale of the sound level meter, and we're going to take a shot with the Ruger precision rifle and 22 long rifle.
Here we go. Yeah.
And we got 1,107 feet per second, and you saw the reading was right around 100 decibels. Okay, Ruger precision rifle, 22 long rifle caliber with suppressor and supersonic ammo. Here we go. 96 dB. Okay, last test on the Ruger Precision 22 long rifle. We are with subsonic ammo, suppressor on. One thing I'm noting, we are getting subsonic speeds, and we are getting about 96 dB. So the actual sound near the rifle doesn't change, but I can tell you visually and aesthetically, you can hear nothing downrange except the bullet hitting paper, hitting cardboard. You can hear it distinctly. There is absolutely no sound of that bullet once it leaves the muzzle. Anyway, here we go.
That's quiet.
Okay, now we're going to start dealing with some serious ammo. We've got the Savage MSR-15 Recon, which is basically an AR-15. We've got 223 ammo. The supersonic ammo is a Fiocchi 55 grain. And then we'll switch over to an atomic subsonic ammo for that. But so the first shot here, unsuppressed with supersonic 223. Go.
Whoops. 3051.
Okay, Savage MSR-15 Recon with subsonic ammo. Here we go. Okay, again, we're with the Savage MSR-15 Recon, suppressor on, supersonic ammo. Okay, final test with the Savage MSR-15. This is subsonic ammo with suppressor.
Sounds like throwing a rock.
Okay, next round, we've got a Remington 700 in .308 caliber, and we are currently going supersonic ammo using American Eagle 150 grain bullets and no suppressor. Ready when you are.
And I'm ready.
Okay, Remington 700 with subsonic ammo. I'm using Winchester 185 grain PowerPoint subsonic. Now the readings on the chronograph are right around 1150, so they're very close to supersonic, so I'm not be able to guarantee that this is going to be a subsonic round, but we're close. Anyway, here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Now a suppressor on, Remington 700, supersonic American Eagle ammo. Here we go. Okay, final test on the Remington 700. We are subsonic ammo. Again, Winchester subsonic with suppressor. Go. Okay, next round of testing. We've got a Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm. I have, again, theoretically subsonic and supersonic ammo. This first test will be with PMC 150 grain. In theory, supersonic, but I am getting only about 1,100 feet per second, so it may not be supersonic. But anyway, we're going to do what's supposed to be supersonic and subsonic and take our recordings. Here we go. First shot, Smith & Wesson M&P, unsuppressed 9mm with supersonic ammo. Okay, now we're going to shoot Fiocchi subsonic rounds, and they're clearly subsonic, getting about 850 roughly feet per second. And again, Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm subsonic unsuppressed. Okay, now we're going to go Smith & Wesson M&P 9 supersonic with suppressor.
Supersonic. Still pretty loud.
Okay, last one for the Smith & Wesson M&P 9. Again, we're going to use the Fiocchi subsonic ammo, and we are with suppressor. Going live.
Yeah.
Either of you guys want to shoot the pistol? Give it a try. Want to try with the subsonic? Since I already got it loaded up.
I don't know what it'll do on my Glock, since it's got that long barrel. It probably won't be an issue. Is racked and ready?
Yep. See where the bullet's hitting? Way in front of the top of the berm. I was doing the same thing. I mean, obviously, no idea how the aim works on this thing. Okay, now we're using a Glock 17 model 9mm pistol, and we are using supersonic Perfecta 150 grain ammo, unsuppressed. Fire when you're ready. Okay, again, Glock 17 9mm, this time with Fiocchi subsonic ammo and unsuppressed. Okay, Glock 17 9mm supersonic Perfecta ammo, suppressed. I'm going to go up 1 to 100 dB. Fire again. We were off scale. Okay, we're back on. Okay, final round. We've got again the Glock 17 9mm. We are subsonic Fiocchi ammo, and we are suppressed. All right, final test. We've got a Ruger precision rifle in 6.5 Creedmoor. We're starting out with some simple Hornady 120 grain supersonic ammo, and this is unsuppressed. So 6.5 Creedmoor unsuppressed.
You ready?
Yep. Okay, now we've got Ruger precision rifle, supersonic Hornady 120 grain ammo, suppressed. Just for reference, I didn't mention it, but these are custom reloads for the 6.5 Creedmoor using a Norma Vulcan 150 something grain bullet. So it's the heaviest bullet I could find. Very difficult with Trail Boss ammo, but I was able to find a reasonably stable subsonic round, but I've never shot this one through the suppressor, so this will be interesting. Okay, final test of the day, final video. This is the Ruger Precision Rifle 6.5 Creedmoor, the custom subsonic load with suppressor. Go.